Hi guys, welcome to Divine Time with NikkI Taylor. I'm really excited to be here with you guys. Can you believe that it's August 17th already? Like, I'm looking at the date in the corner of my computer, like, I can't believe it. Time's flying by, guys. Summer's coming to an end. I'm so excited to read for you guys tonight. So for those of you who are new and don't know the process, let me break it down for you. If you jump the list with the donation, you're going to get a full mini reading. So it's going to be 3, 4, sometimes 5 cards, whatever. I'm going to get the message to you. I'm going to pull and help unpack the information for you. Know that $1 of that jump donation too is going to go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And then if you guys choose to do a free reading, it's going to be a 1-card oracle pull. And, I'll offer what's there, but I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. It's going to be more for you to just kind of digest and see, and that's going to be the offering. And then when I call your name, let me know that you're here. So I don't want to read into dead space. I want to know that you guys are here. I want to connect with you. I want to interact with you. And I'm so excited to engage with your guys' energy. So I'm going to start the night by looking at the list and seeing who's ready to go. Let's see. So I think we've got Hope Wells first. So Hope, let me know that you're here and you're ready, sweetheart. And I'll shuffle up and pull an oracle card for you. And then you guys, if you have a friend or a family member or someone that you're thinking of that could use some clarity, some guidance, that, could use some assistance unpacking some information, you guys can share this, tag them, do whatever you can, send this live to them in a message. It's a good way to help people out who need that right now. And then Hope, let me know that you're here and ready, and I'm going to shuffle up and pull an oracle card for you. And then also, if you guys jump the list and you do the donation for the full mini reading, for the full mini reading, you can ask a question if you like, or you can just let me pull generally. With the oracle cards, there's not going to be any questions. I'm just going to pull the card for you. So just know that that's part of the process as well. Okay, so Hope, I'm not hearing anything from you, sweetie. Oh, there you are. There you are with your emojis. Okay. All right, Hope. Okay, Hope. So your oracle card for the night is going to be courage. And I think all I'm going to elaborate on that for you is just to say that courage and bravery is not the absence of fear at all, right? Someone who's brave they're not brave or courageous because they don't feel fear, like before they jump. They feel immense fear, and yet they step into the fear. They go towards the fear instead of turning around and running from the fear. That's what courage and bravery is. So I want you to remember that. So if you doubt your courageousness or ability to be brave because you feel immense fear, that's not a symptom of a lack of courage or bravery. That's totally natural. What marks your bravery and your courage is your ability to step into that discomfort, to step towards what you're afraid of in order to get through it. Okay, so Hannah Thomas, you're going to be next. So let me know that you're here and I'll pull an oracle card for you. Hannah, 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 Hannah Banana. Hope Wells says, thank you. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. Okay, let's see. So Amy jumped the list too. So Amy, let me know that you're here. Okay, Eeyore. And there's Hannah Thomas. Okay, so Hannah Thomas, I'm going to pull your oracle card and then I'll read for Amy next. Okay, so Hannah Thomas, my love, your oracle card for the night is channeling. And it's under this number 3. 3 is the number of self-development and self-expression. Okay. And channeling is a term used in the metaphysical community for people who bring in information, right? They download it, bring it down. Sometimes other entities, or, entity is kind of a scary word. You can replace that word with something that you're more comfortable with, is able to bring information through them, right? Using their geometric form, their voice, their sound. So I'll just offer you that it's really important for you to use your voice, to know that the information you receive and the ideas that you have are of a divine nature, always, right? You're tapping into a frequency when you get an idea. It's a spectrum, right? Michael Jackson is really famous for having said that there was a song he wanted to record and he wanted to go in the middle of the night to record it. And his manager said, well, can we wait till the morning? And he said, if I wait till the morning, Prince is going to do it. And it wasn't because it was the song that was already out there. It's because he understood on this fundamental level that ideas are a frequency. They're out there. It's like a wavelength. We tap into them. And if we don't take it or bring it down, the next person will, right? So know that your ideas and your intuition and the things that you're thinking of, they're a frequency. And so they need to be honored, and you need to use your voice to express them when you get them. So don't suppress your voice. Okay, and then I'm going to read for Amy next. And Amy, you jumped the list and you donated. Thank you so much. So your guys' donations, first of all, $1 of your donation goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is lovely because like having a sick child is bad enough, but then that money, what St. Jude's does is they make sure that the families aren't financially strapped while they're having to focus their energy and take time off work for their kids, and right. And then also your donations, they help me be here, right? Because if I'm not supported, I can't be here. I'm going to be working somewhere else. So I'm really grateful for your donation, guys. And it supports the people in the background, Tony and Journey, who help make this possible. And so Amy, you did the donation. So I'm going to do a full mini reading for you. So if you guys are watching and you're curious what your jump and donation gets you, now's the time to watch, because this is an example of what a full mini reading looks like. Not a full reading, but a full mini reading. Okay, Hannah Thomas says, thank you. You're welcome, honey. And then you guys, I want to interact with you. So I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to validate, yes, no. I want input and feedback, right? I'm here to engage with you guys. And then actually, Amy, sorry, honey, do you want to ask a question, or is there a specific area that you want to focus on before I pull cards for you? Sorry, Spirit just stopped me as I started pulling cards. Like, there's something on Amy's mind. You can be specific, or you can, just give me an area, something that you want to really try to tune into and unpack, or we can just pull general, honey. It's up to you. It's your reading. Okay, Amy says no focus area. Okay, let's get it, girl. Amy, do you have a new job, honey? Are you on the cusp of a new job? Some kind of new opportunity that's bringing in, it may not look exactly like a new job, but you've got new financial opportunity on the horizon. Let's see. Open to the messages. I'm looking at possibly getting a new job. Yeah. Well, I've got that in your present. So interesting. Okay. So for your oracle cards or your tarot cards. So what I've got sitting in your past, which is going to be your historical patterns. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, Spirit's correcting me. This isn't going to be your historical patterns. This is going to be different. So this is what you've recently experienced. So you've got the 8 of Pentacles here. Ooh, so Pentacles is an earth sign, right? It's about the stuff that exists in our material world and this earth experience. And it definitely, one of the things that the Pentacles or the earth element encompasses is money and finances. The finances that create a structure in our life that, you know, pay our bills and provide our home and all that good stuff. When it's encompassed under this number 8, it's a really happy number. So I come from a science background, so I always think of an atom and with its electrons and its valence shells full with 8. It's a scientific thing. So 8's really happy. It's full, it's stable, it's operating to its fullest potential. And so it tells me that you've been offered opportunities recently. You may not have recognized all of these opportunities. This is a really good time. So to go back and think about maybe what you've been offered that you've missed and rewrite the story. So this is going to sound a little out there, but follow me, Sister Lou. Manifestation, right? We hear a lot about that, about manifesting, the power of thought, the law of attraction. So manifesting we do in the moment, right? Everything we think, everything we feel, every action we take, we're constantly constructing and archetyping our experience, right? But we can do that in hindsight as well. So we can go back to a situation that we didn't handle the way we wanted to, and we can rewrite it, right? Now, we don't want to go back there and get stuck and grieve and beat ourselves up over what we did wrong. That's not manifestation. But we can go back and we can clear up the energy. We can just one time, we review a conversation we had, maybe as an example. We go, okay, I can see where we take responsibility first, right? We go, I can see where I was defensive in that moment. I can see where I was making it personal. I was taking things personally in that moment, right? And I can see where, sure, that person's tone was off or what they're giving unsolicited advice. And yet I took it wrong because I already had an association with that, right? It only hurt me because it meant something to me, right? So we figure that out, and then we go, and here's how I should have responded. And we feel the emotion too. We don't just like puppeteer, go through it in our mind. We really feel it, and we take a breath and we think about, this is how I should have responded. And we clear it up, and now we come back to the present. We can really clear up energy that way. Again, I have to reiterate. Okay, so Amy says, good to know, been trying to unload several things in my past. Yes. So it is really important though, is we're meant to be here in the present moment, right? And in the now. So we want to be careful. We want to use this wisely. We're not going back into the past to relive it, to re-traumatize ourselves, to beat ourselves up, to beat the other. God, that person really was an asshole. Again, I'm using the example of a one-on-one interaction. This can look like many different things. There doesn't even have to be another person involved. Okay. So I want you to go back if you can, and I want you to think about where have I been offered blessings? Where have I passed up some blessings recently? What that's going to do is it's going to shift the energy so that you're able to see them more clearly now. You're going to be like, the blessings are going to be coming. What you're going to perceive is that all of a sudden you're getting really lucky. But you're not all of a sudden getting lucky. You've always been lucky. It's just a shift in your perspective. It's like there's always been the color blue. You just couldn't see it before. Now you can see it and you think, oh my God, the color blue just, came into existence. And it's like, no, babe, the color blue's always been there. You just couldn't see it, right? Okay, so I want you to do that work. That's your homework. You can journal this, I think is a really good thing to do. And the emotion that I'd like you to really tune into, the vibration and the energy when you do this, is gratitude. Gratitude is one of the, oh my gosh, it's like the biggest magic wand, that and unconditional love. But when we throw gratitude at stuff, especially when we throw it at hard stuff, Amy says makes sense. It really blankets stuff in magic. Okay. Now we're going to move into the present, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. So again, we're in the Pentacles element, which means we're in the Earth element. And here we're talking about, okay, so we're moving a little bit outside of finances and money, and we're moving into new experiences. Definitely new job on the horizon. That's why I brought that up first thing for you. But also just new experiences in your physical life, new experiences in your schedule, new experiences in your day-to-day activities. Your day is going to start looking different. So the way your day unfolds now or has historically unfolded, whatever your day looks like, you get out of bed, you do this, it's going to start looking drastically different, which is what you want. You want your day to unfold differently, right? You want to have different experiences than you're having right now. That's sitting right here on the cusp. I want you to go do that work, though, that we just talked about. Definitely a new job, though. And then as you move into the near future, you've got another major arcana, or not another, but a major arcana card, which is called Temperance. Oh, these cards, beautiful. Okay, so Temperance is the card of balance, right? It's the scales. So we've got a scale. Imagine these are the sides of the scale. The goal is we want it balanced, right? What I want to remind you, though, is that balance comes with movement. So balance is not stillness. When something's perfectly balanced, it doesn't mean that it's, let's see, Amy says, yes, starting to feel stall, starting to feel the stall. Interesting. Stale, starting to feel stale. Yep. That you're talking about how you want how your day unfolds to change and your new experiences. Yes, yes, yes. That's going to start changing for you. And it's going to be really invigorating for you too. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I did this today. And I went to lunch with this friend. And just the monotony is going to be over, honey. But with the scale, with balance, right? When something's perfectly in balance, it doesn't mean that it's perfectly still. It means that its movement is so refined that it appears still to the eye, but balance insinuates movement. It is this. To have balance, it has to be constantly recalibrating. That's what balance is. So I want you to have grace for yourself. I want you to know that when you go like this, that's okay. It provides you the opportunity to then go like this, right? And the quicker you pivot, because look, if you do it really slow, all you see is how out of balance it is. But watch when you start pivoting really quickly and having quicker reactions and responses to things in a positive way. Look how the balance looks now. It's going so fast that it almost looks still. But when you're having a long time trying to recalibrate yourself and react to things or respond to things, the balance looks like this. And all you notice is the tipping, okay? So I want you to have grace for yourself, and I want you to do that gratitude work that we talked about so that you can start responding to things quicker, right? So that balance looks more still for you, especially as you come into the near future. One of the things that you're going to need to focus on with balance is going to be your emotional response to things. I kept using the word reaction, and I'm using that because you tend to react instead of respond. So Amy says, so interesting and true, exclamation point. So I want to talk a little bit with you about the difference between reaction versus response, honey, because when we react to something, we're no longer engaging with it, right? It's all we take our energy back inside of ourselves. We draw it away from the thing that we're responding to. And now we're just reacting at it. We're not engaging with it. We're not hearing it. We're not anything. It doesn't even exist. We're just reacting based on our emotion. When we respond to something, our energy is still out and connected to the thing that we're responding to. We're engaging with it. We're responding to it in real time, right? When you react to something, you get locked up. Amy says, so interesting and true again. When you react to something, you get locked up and you're reacting to the thing they said maybe 10 seconds ago with no account for how their energy has shifted in the microseconds, right? When you're responding to the tone of their voice as it changes right? And you're able to work through it in the moments, right? So it's really important for you to consider that in your interpersonal dynamics, definitely, especially like in your family dynamic. And just think about your reactions, also your attachments too. I want you to think about when somebody isn't texting you or giving you validation or verification of their feelings. I want you to remember that doesn't mean that their feelings have changed. And so don't react. That's really important. And then your oracle card, your last card that I pulled for you is Soul Song. And it's got the number 41 over here. 41, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is the number of travel. It's a fire number. It's masculine energy. I'd like to see travel coming into your future. I'd like to see you, even if it's local travel, I'd like to see you getting out more and having experiences. I want to see you trying different things and doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. Because if you allow yourself to get stagnant for too long, your energy wants to express itself, and it will express itself in a very chaotic way. And I don't want you to do that anymore. I want you to give yourself outlets for your energy instead. All right, honey. So that was a general full mini reading. So I hope you got what you needed. You got a little bit of homework to do, but I think it's lovely. Okay, so let's see who's next, guys. Okay. Amy says, thanks so much. You're very, very welcome, honey. Thank you for coming. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do Krista Sadin or Sadin. I think it's Sadin. Krista, if you're watching, let me know that you're here and I'll pull an oracle card for you. Next is going to be Brianna Bishop. So Brianna, I want you to let me know you're here too, sweetheart. Krista, Brianna, let me know you guys are here and I'll pull your oracle cards in order. Okay, Brianna says, I'm here. All right, Brianna, I'm going to pull for you. And Krista, if you're here, let me know. Okay, so Brianna, your card is Healing from the Past. And so there I'll just offer that it's a good time to do the work, babe. I want you to look at your free natal chart. Don't pay for a natal chart. I want you to find where your Chiron is. Chiron, Chiron. I want you to read about where your Chiron is and what that means for you. I want you to know until, I think, December 15th, Chiron is in retrograde, which means it's slowing down. It looks as if it's moving in reverse. It's giving you the opportunity to heal your wounded healer. And I know you don't know what that means. You're going to, after you go to your free natal chart, put in your birth information, find where your Chiron is, and then start educating yourself on what that means. Okay. Okay. So Natalie Galeas, you're going to be next, sweetheart. Hi, honey. Natalie says, hi, NikkI. Hi, Natalie. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle up and pull an oracle card for you. And then Jessica Lambert, you're going to be next. So let me know that you're here too, honey. Okay. 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 So, Natalie, your oracle card is Create Space. And then it's got this number 38 in the corner. So 8 plus 3 is 11. And so 11 is what we call a master number. So in numerology, we work in single digits, except for the master numbers, which are like 11, 33, 44, and these different numbers. So it's important for you to know that the things that you create space for in your life right now, those specific things that you create a space to usher in and partake in, participate in, cultivate, you're going to have master accomplishments from those. Okay. You're going to have master level experiences from those. Okay. But you can't have those master level accomplishments or experiences if you don't create the space for them to be in your life. So if you're on the fence about something, or I know that your time is really pulled on, or there's something that's just really calling to your heart and your spirit to participate in, whether it's something in nature, some kind of sport, something to do with the water, anything. It's just, I want you to make time for it, because you're going to have master level growth, master level accomplishment from it, master level experience. So that's really important for you right now. Okay, Jessica Lambert, let me know if you're here. If not, Desiree, Jessica Lambert, Desiree, let me know that you're here, guys, and I'll pull an oracle card for you. Okay. Okay. Oh, Natalie says, great, will do. Thank you. You're so welcome, sweetheart. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I think the link button for the jumps is having a little bit of difficulty, but I've got Tony and Journey in the background working on it, and they are experts, so don't worry, you guys can still jump. And then remember, if you guys are just popping on, for anybody that is just popping on, I want to let you know that $1 of the donation, the jump, is going to go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is lovely. And then that donation also supports me so that I can be here and be present to read for you guys and not somewhere else. It also supports Tony and Journey and making this show possible and doing all the work that they do. So we're really grateful. If you do decide to donate and jump, you're going to get the full mini reading, which is lovely. And if you choose not to, which is fine, it's going to be the 1-card oracle pull. Okay. And so I'm not hearing from Desiree or Jessica, so I'm going to move to Mary Simone or Simeon, Mary, and then there's Shan X. So let me know you're here, guys. Mary, Simeon, or Simone, and Shan X. Can one of you guys let me know you're here? Either or, both. Okay, Star Red Wing, Sierra L. You guys can hear I don't know if you guys can hear my cat in the background. He's crying at the door like, let me in. Okay, Star Red Wing, Sierra L. I'm not seeing anything, guys. Jade, Cassie Lake, anybody? If you're watching, put a comment up. Let me know you're here. And I'll pull an oracle card for you. Okay, there's Sierra L. Lovely. She says here. Okay, so after Sierra L, Jade or Cassie Lake, Courtney Starling, one of you three, let me know that you're here. Okay, Sierra L Interesting. I have like psychic amnesia because I read for so many people, and a lot of the information I get, it's not from my own library. It's like pulling it down, but I feel like I pulled this card for you before. Religion and spirituality, sweetheart. Interesting. Okay. So I want you to tune into what that means for you. I want to offer you, though, that it's really important for you to find your own thing. And it's important for you to not box yourself in, even with like this kind of spirituality, right? You don't want you to be like, I just don't want you to limit yourself. I don't want you to think, well, I can only work with these kind of crystals, or don't give into the rules. I want you to be a free spirit if you can, with religion and spirituality and how you engage and what kind of relationship you have with your own spirituality. Don't box yourself in. Don't fall into this is good, this is bad, this is true, this is not true. What feels right to you, babe? It's really important for you to do that, okay? Because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And it's just about what feels good to you, right? And it falls into the spiritual community, unfortunately. A lot of times, organized religion gets the brunt of it, where we're like, the rules and the oppression and stuff like that. But it happens in spirituality too. It happens in the metaphysical community too. So I want you to navigate that carefully and make sure you're going with your intuition, your gut, and your heart, and know that you're spot on. Your feelings are valid. If you don't like it, if that doesn't feel true to you, chuck it, throw it away. You don't need it. I hope that serves you a little bit, honey. Sierra L says, thank you so much. You're welcome, sweetheart. Okay, let's see. I'm going to move down to Crystal Miriam. Crystal Miriam? Oh, there's Cassie Lake. I'm still here. Okay. And then Dawn says, I am here. Okay, so I'm going to read for Cassie Lake, and then I'll pull for Dawn. Okay. All right, Cassie. Courage. All right, Cassie, you've got courage as your oracle card. So you're going to know right away what I'm talking about when I say courage, right? Because your intuition is really strong. You're very intuitive. You're very empathic. One thing about you, Cassie, is that you can feel how people feel about you, which is really interesting. So it's not just that you can sense how other people are feeling, like, oh, they're in a good mood, a bad mood. You can feel how they feel about you, like in the moment, because people's feelings change. One moment they're enamored with you. The next minute, maybe you say something, they're like, meh. You can sense it so deeply. And so part of your courage is to step into your divine compass, your divine intuition, and really honor your gauge. And when you feel that it's off, you're 100% right. It takes courage to do that, though, because we're really indoctrinated to doubt ourselves. We are super highly indoctrinated to think that we're weak, right? We're mortals. We bleed. We're just mere humans, right? But the duality is the other side of that is we're also very powerful, right? And so the courage is to step into your power and to acknowledge your intuition and your gifts and to use them to implement them in your daily life, right? They're not just for fun on the weekends. You can use that divine compass all the time, honey. Okay, Dawn, you're next. Dawn. Okay, guys, I think we almost got the jump button fixed. Okay. All right, guys, the jump button is fixed. Okay, so I'm going to read for Dawn, and then I'm going to read for Blanca because she jumped. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And I'm going to do the full mini reading for you, Blanca. I'm going to pull Oracle for Dawn, and then Blanca, let me know you're here and ready, honey. Dawn says here. Okay, and then Blanca says, yes, I'm here. All right, awesome, sweetheart. So I'll read for Dawn really quick, and then I will pull your mini reading. All right, Dawn, your oracle card for the night is support. Now, this is one word. It can mean so many different things, right? For you, Dawn, this really means that it's important for you to know that you are divinely supported. There are times where you definitely feel like the universe is not kind, doesn't have your back, and that you're working against the grain. It's important for you to understand that that's not the case. It's really not the case. You've been divinely supported all along. There's been times where you haven't been supported the way that you felt that you needed, and you've definitely experienced hardships, but you're here, you're alive, you're doing it, you've been supported, okay? So it's important to remember that. Even your own body, your own body's supporting you, your own homeostasis, your breath, your body's just like giving you this beautiful vessel to get around in. I want you to look around and acknowledge. If we want to amplify what we have, we bathe it in gratitude, like religiously, right? So I want you to look around and see where you are supported and throw some gratitude at it and watch that support increase. Watch your ability to notice support when you're receiving it increase, okay? Okay, I'm going to now do a full mini reading for Blanca because she jumped the list. With the donation. So if you guys are watching, if you guys just came on, here's the difference between a one card and a mini. So if you're wanting to jump. Blanca, do you want to ask a question? Okay, Cassie Lake says, wow, you are so incredibly spot on. I feel everything. I can tell when someone's opinion or feeling towards me or a situation changes. I can pinpoint the exact moment. Yeah, you can. I've been having a hard time lately with someone who I thought was a friend, and I'm trying to step out, which was so hard for me to do. So courage makes perfect sense. Thank you so much, NikkI. You're incredible. Yeah, lovely, Cassie. You're welcome, honey. Thanks for the feedback. And I'm glad that you came tonight and got what you needed, sweetheart. And then Dawn says, thank you so much. You're welcome, my love. Okay. And then Blanca, do you want to ask a question? Do you want to zone in on a topic, or do you want me to just pull? Blanca says, I'll take anything of a message needed to know, please. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I've got your tarot cards pulled, Blanca. Let me pull a couple oracle cards to help unpack the information with a little more clarity. Okay, if you guys are watching, or maybe you already got a one card pull and you have a friend or a family member that you feel like is needing something, this is the gift to share. So send this live feed to him in a message, send him a text message, say, get on here with me. Okay, Blanca, so here we go. So for your card sitting in your recent past, talking about what you have a historical pattern of and how it's led you to your current experience, you've got the Four of Winter, which is going to be, it's going to be a Four of Air. So we're talking about your mind and how you think about things, how you process information, and your perspective that you have. It tells me that you have a history of mental fatigue. You definitely have Gemini in your chart. You're an overthinker. You might have a little bit of Virgo in your chart. You're processing a lot of information. Oh, interesting. You might have a little Aquarius in your chart too. You got a funky chart there, honey. I like it. Okay. Spirit's just showing me. Okay, so you've got a history of mental fatigue. You've got a history of, it's like a hamster wheel in your brain, and you're going over the same stuff over and over and over, right? You're trying to look at the same perspective 50,000 different ways, thinking you're going to see it differently. But babe, you can it's the same box no matter which way you look at it from. It's not going to change. And this definitely wears you out. It's like grinding your mental gears. You also have a history of not getting enough rest, not getting enough sleep. Even if you're getting a certain amount of hours, the quality of sleep that you're getting is not good. I'm not sure if you snore. You might not know if you snore if you don't have a partner in bed with you. It's important to know that there might be some physiological components happening that are preventing you from getting really quality rest. I also want you to think about the amount of screen time that you're having before you go to bed, and giving your time to your brain time to detach from the activation that technology does for it, and the blue light that you're receiving off of screens, whether it's cell phone, computer, anything with a screen, TV. I want you to really consider your caffeine intake. Like, that's got to change. Remember, there's caffeine in things other than coffee. Right. So when I talked about the hamster wheel and you kind of grinding gears mentally, there's a pattern of this doing physically as well. And so what's happening is your mental state is manifesting itself in your physical life. So you have a tendency to stay stuck in the physical realm, which means you do the same things over and over. You're a creature of habit, right? You eat the same foods, you go to the same places, you do the same stuff. It's like Groundhog's Day every day. And it's because everything is Groundhog's Day up here, so it's going to be Groundhog's Day out in the real world for you. Blanca says, oh my God, yes, caffeine is the worst for me. Yeah. We gotta cut that out, baby doll. Okay. So these are some things that I want to draw your attention to. Now, these aren't criticisms. I can see how maybe you're like, oh gosh, this is like really dump on Blanca hour. Like, I'm like, tis the caffeine and tis the sleep. But these are just really gentle awarenesses that Spirit wants to say, honey, we see these really simple life changes that you can make, like to really, Blanca says, yes, I'm on repeat. You're right. Yep, definitely on repeat. That's a good way to word it. Thank you for that feedback. But these are really simple, habitual changes that are going to elevate your life quickly, right? These aren't super major things, although they are habits, and habits can be hard to break. Okay, so I can see in your present, you've got the 9 of spring. Okay, so the 9 of spring is the 9 of fire. Here we've got an element of protecting yourself. It's really important for you to guard your energy right now. Wear your cards close to your vest. Have you ever heard that saying before, honey? And it's not being like defensive in a negative way, like under the assumption that everyone else is a predator trying to get at you somehow. It's defensiveness of having really healthy boundaries and loving and valuing yourself enough that you're not going to give until your battery is completely depleted. Right? You're not going to give your very last thing to someone else, knowing that then you don't have what you need. Okay, sorry. So Spirit wants to talk about being environmentally conscious too. So, okay, I'm sorry because this sounds like a criticism, but it's really not. It's about a way you can elevate your life by engaging with the earth differently. So I'm not sure. You drink a lot of plastic. Do you drink out of plastic bottles instead of like a reusable water bottle? Are you using styrofoam? Are you, how are you not being eco-friendly? You've got some excess waste somewhere in your life when it comes to how you use things. You're not super environmentally conscious yet. You're not someone who goes, oh, I'm not going to, wash the paint down the sink because, right? So I want you to see if you can get more thoughtful about that. And I don't want you to stress about it or try to change it all at once. But when it feels wrong to you, when it feels like that feels kind of wasteful, right? When you're like, maybe I shouldn't use the plastic forks because they're going to end up in the ocean. I want you to honor that in the moment. That's Spirit saying, you're right. that's something you can change. And it's almost like a karmic thing, because you're changing how you interact with the earth at whole. You're having more respect for the ecosystem that you live in, and you're going to see that reverberate back into your own life. Okay. Our spiritual work isn't always just meditation, yoga, buying crystals. Our spiritual work is also like acknowledging bigger ecosystems than ourselves and learning how to honor and respect them. We're indoctrinated not to. So don't have any shame about how you may not be doing that. We were taught not to do that, right? Especially in Western culture. We're taught to use and throw away. But we can change that. You can change that. I want you to start thinking about that. Blanca Nestor says, I totally understand. Fast food a lot and soda cans. Gotcha, bub. Okay. Now, as you move forward into the near future, you've got a major arcana card, which is the Sun. Okay, now the Sun's a very happy card. You've definitely got a child coming into your life, a boy. You've got a boy child coming into your life at some point in the near future, within the year, I would say. Anything after that, it's not the near future anymore. You've definitely got... it's like new beginnings on the horizon. So you think the earth is dark and then the sun rises and it's like, well, now you can see everything. It's literally a new day. The sun brings new experience, a new day. The date changes. Like it brings a major shift. So I do see a major shift coming for you in the near future. I see you joining into your oracle card is literally join in. So it's time for you to get out there and start engaging with people, right? Because there's like a loneliness for you. You're so, like we said, you're so locked in. It's like Groundhog's Day. I want to see you making some new friendships and having new experiences and engaging with other new people's energy. Yeah, Blanca says, new child, boy, question mark. Yep, I see a new child coming into your life. So, it doesn't have to be for you. It can be a family member, it can be a friend. Maybe you meet a friend who has a child or is pregnant, is going to have a child. But I do see a boy coming into your life. Yeah. So interesting. You'll have to let me know how that transpires and give me some validation and feedback on that. But yeah, join in, get out there, sweetheart. And you can start on the internet and then it can move to in person, whatever you're comfortable with. Everybody's got different social dynamics and stuff like that. So yeah, you've got some work to do, but you've also got a lot of elevation coming in your near future, a lot of change, which you're desperately needing and wanting, right? We want to get out of Groundhog's Day, honey. Blanca says, oh my God, I just had a granddaughter today. Oh, that's so interesting. Now, the granddaughter that you had, was there a miscarriage before she was born? Or did you have a miscarriage? Blanca says, no more grandchildren for now, please. LOL. Okay, so I think this girl might very well be she may have just come back. I don't work with reincarnation a lot. I work more on the quantum level with fractals. So I don't usually use the term past life, but I think that's the best way to example. So this is past life. So if you had the miscarriage or another family member, I'm not sure if you're privy to that information. I think that this baby's coming back. So came as female, was previously male, 100%. Okay. Lovely. So I hope you got what you needed, sweetheart, and know that things are going to start moving forward soon. I know you feel so stuck in the mud, but that energy is not going to last for long. Blanca says, no, I don't think so. And that's okay. It doesn't have to resonate right now, but just know that that is the energy coming through. So it is what it is. And baby's here Earthside. That's really all that matters. Okay, let's see who's next, guys. Does anybody else jump the list? Blanca Nestor says, oh my God, I thought it was a boy she was having. That makes sense. That makes sense that you would think that. You're tuning into that energy. Blanca says, wow, thank you. You're so welcome, honey. Thank you for coming tonight. Okay. Crystal Miriam, are you here, honey? If you're here, leave a comment. If not, Novella. Crystal Miriam, Novella Atwood. I feel like a teacher calling out attendance. Oh. Okay, there's Crystal and Miriam with lots of cute emojis. Okay, honey, let me shuffle up and pull your oracle card. And Novella is here as well. Okay. Okay, so Crystal Miriam, your oracle card is realizations and epiphanies. So what I want you to know is that whatever you're struggling with right now and whatever struggles are coming your way in the near future, the gift or the lesson in those are the realization and epiphanies that you're going to get from them. It's going to be the shift in perspective, okay? Because that's what happens when things shift and pivot in our life, even in a way that it feels uncomfortable or not what we wanted. We leave it with changed perspective. We have a new understanding of things, which is worth its weight in gold. Okay, Novella. Okay, Novella says here. And then Crystal Miriam says, thank you. You're welcome, Crystal. Okay, so Novella, your oracle card is new exercise program. And I really see this happening with dance. Movement is sacred geometry. Movement, sound, form, these are all sacred geometry. It's how energy decides to form itself. Sometimes energy wants to take on the form of, solid structure. Sometimes energy wants to take on the form of sound. Sometimes it wants to take on the form of a geometric shape. It also wants to take on the form of movement. And for you, I want you to express your sacred energy through movement and forming yourself into, because dance is really forming yourself into geometric patterns. It's putting form to your body. What you're really doing is a sacred thing where you're putting form to energy. So don't forget that. So whatever, if you're already involved in dance, know that it's sacred, whether you've looked at it that way or not. And if you're not involved in dance, it's time to get funky, baby doll. Okay. All right. Oh, I see Crystal says, thank you again. You're welcome, honey. Okay. Melissa K. Melissa K. Melissa K, if you're here, let me know. Also, we've got Prashila. So Prashila, if you're here. Melissa K, Prashila. We've also got Diana. Novella says, yes, dance is my therapy. Isn't that beautiful that you're tuned into that? So I bring that through for you and you already know, Novella, because you're so tuned into what your spirit needs to express itself. That's a beautiful thing, babe. Okay, so Prashila says, I'm here. So Prashila, I'm going to pull for you and then I'm going to pull for, we've got to jump. Kyle. Okay. So, Prashila, I'm going to shuffle up and pull for you. Okay, so Priscilla, your oracle card for the night is decisions. And so here I think it's important for you to know that your celestial team, spirit and angel guides, they understand, they're observing, like you're not alone. I think that's one of the hardest things we face is we can face anything if we think that we're not doing alone. If we know we're supported, even if it's just the support of like watching from the sidelines, right? When we think we're trudging through things alone, it becomes a lot harder for us to keep our stamina, right? And consistency as we work through things. Know that your celestial team and spirit and angel guides are really observing from the sidelines. They know that you've got decisions to make. They know that you've made tough decisions in the past, and know that you have the divine compass, the divine intuition to make your decisions on your own. It's okay to seek external advice, but know that you've got all the answers that you need inside of you, and you need to trust and honor your response and what your decision is going to be. Okay. All right. So Kevin, I think you're going to be the last reading of the night, and you are a full mini reading. So let me shuffle up and pull for you. Kevin, let me know that you're here, honey. Okay. Kyle Conrad says, who is this for? I'm not sure. You're going to have to elaborate on that question more. I'm not sure what you mean by who is this for? So I think you were picked. I think that Journey Ryan is giving away one full mini reading. And so that was you, Kyle. And so that's what I'm going to do for you. And so if you want to ask a question, you can, or if you want me to zone in on a specific topic, I can. Okay, Kyle Conrad says, oh, sorry, what will happen in the future? I mean, like clarity. Okay, so here's what I can do is I can pull a general reading for you, but I can't pull a general reading based on your entire future. So I can either do a general reading, or if there's a specific topic that you want to focus in on, career, love, whatever, or a specific question that you want to ask, we can do that. Or I could just pull general. But if I pull general, I can't guarantee that your celestial team is going to want to focus primarily on the future, I think is what I'm saying, if that makes sense, my love. So I'll give you a moment. Let me know what you want to do, and then I'll shuffle and pull cards for you, honey. Kyle says, sweet, yeah, where am I going? Okay, and then Prashila says, hi, thank you so much for the great reading. I appreciate that a lot. You're very welcome. Thank you. There's a lot of currencies, like money's a lovely currency. We all need it, but I also really value gratitude. I love the thank yous. They mean a lot to me, so thank you. And you're welcome. And I love emojis. Thank you. Priscilla puts up a bunch of hearts in different colors. Thank you, sweetheart. All right, Kevin, my dear, you are the last reading of the night. Let's get funky. Let's get weird. Kevin, is it Kevin or Kyle? Am I calling you? Did I read it wrong? Oh no, I'm confused. Okay, so Kyle, Journey says I can call you Kevin. So I'm calling you Kevin, but it's Kyle. Oh my gosh, that's too confusing. I'm calling you Kyle. You're Kyle forever. So I don't know what the name flip-flop is, but I'm not doing that. Kyle. Oh, no. Oh, Journey says I called him Kevin. I called you Kevin and your name is Kyle. Okay, listen, your name starts with a K. I'm going to call you something starts with a K. It's Kyle, Kyle, Kyle. I'm sorry I called you Kevin. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's your dad's name. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Okay, anyways, let's focus on your cards. Kyle, do you have a son? Sweet, no worries. I like how you say sweet. It's such a, like, people don't say that much. Kyle says he's the man. Hey, do you have a son, honey? I can see 3 generations in your card. I've got the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Sun. I got 3 generations here, baby doll. Kyle says, not that I know of. Okay, well, you know, the possibility of a son coming, unless that's completely out of your realm of possibilities, like barring any procedures that you may have done that would prevent that, or, you know, barring, like, well, I would say age, but it's different for men. So Kyle says, I hope not. Okay, well, it might be a grandson at some point, but I see 3 generations here. This could even be maybe like a stepchild coming into the picture. Sorry, I'm hot. Fan myself. Okay, so we start in your recent past, we got the King of Cups. So this is father coming through. So father definitely comes through. I think it's interesting then I was saying dad's name because I thought it was just an accident, but it makes sense now that I've got the 3 generations coming through in the cards. So dad shows up and he shows up as the King of Cups. And so the King of Cups is a man who is very emotionally intelligent. This is someone whose mood is really stable. This is someone that you don't walk on eggshells with. This is someone who tells it like it is, but speaks with, you know, kindness, right? They're not in it to hurt you. Someone who definitely isn't scared to say I love you or let you know how they feel. And someone who understands intuitively how you feel. So this shows that dad is someone who was able to tune into what you needed, even if you didn't ask for it or express it. He knew how to approach you and how to give you what you needed intuitively, because this is someone who's very connected, very intuitive, very empathic, again, very emotionally intelligent. You have Pisces in your chart, 100%, lots of Pisces in your chart. So you're sitting in the present as the Knight of Cups, and you are the dreamer, baby. You are all about the fantasy and the illusion of things. Now, this is a beautiful thing because it allows you to be really artistic and charismatic. You may be musically inclined. You may just think outside of the box. You enjoy things that are aesthetically pleasing. You like your partners to be aesthetically pleasing. You like, you notice like paint color at somebody's house. You're like, oh yeah, that's nice, right? You prefer things to look nice, whether it's in your home, your partner, the way that you look. You enjoy that. It matters to you. Whereas to some people, it just doesn't. They don't notice it. The duality in this, the flip side or the bad side, if we want to use the word bad in this, is that you tend to get lost in the illusion of things. So you'll participate in something much longer than you need to because of the fantasy that you had about it, right? You'll even let a fantasy take over for the reality. So something's like not working, whether it's a relationship or job, whatever, a lifestyle choice that you have. And if you have like a romantic attachment to it, if you've romanticized it in any way, you'll just keep doing it until the illusion is broken. It can be really hard to break the illusion for you, though. It's okay. You have a penance definitely towards some addictive qualities, so you want to be mindful of that. So you have a tendency to overindulge in substances. or you have at least in the past. So you want to be mindful of that. And part of that is that illusion. You've got this watery Pisces energy in your chart. You really want to think about creating deep connection. I'm not sure if you're in a relationship or not, but I don't sense any specific energy around that. But it is important for you to be mindful that your connections. So if you're in a current relationship, I want you to see if you can deepen that connection. Like, get out of the surface. You're not meant to exist in the surface. You got Pisces energy, honey. You're meant to swim down, put your scuba gear on, and go to the bottom and like get deep. Like, let's connect. Let's make eye contact. Let's heal our inner child together. Let's tell each other our deepest sorrows, our deepest secrets. And like, let's love like we've never loved before. If you're not in a relationship, that's what you should be looking for. So if you're having casual encounters or inauthentic connection, it's not going to serve you at all. It might serve a fantasy that you have about yourself, but it's right, what you love the fantasy. But it's not going to serve what you really need, because as someone with Pisces energy in your chart, you do crave really authentic connection. You also, your sexual experiences is where you find God, right? It's different. It's not lustful. Not that it can't be lustful, but man, you can really have spiritual sex, as opposed to some people who have some barriers there. So I want you to think about that and educate yourself on what spiritual sex looks like, what tantric sex looks like, okay? And how that can just elevate your well-being, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I see like this third generation coming into the picture. So you're saying, I hope not, and no son that I know of, but I do see that coming into your life. So, I mean, I can try to mold that around what you're telling me, but I'm just going to honor what I'm seeing in the cards. Oh, are you kidding? Kyle, no. Hello, sorry, my phone gets messed up. Can you say that again? No, I can't do your whole reading again. Are you kidding, honey? Yeah, so Kyle, you can play this back in 1 hour and 4 minutes. Here's the thing, Kyle. I could give you the gist of it, but it's not the same because it's coming. Think of it like a live stream, and I'm streaming information through. And so it wouldn't even be fair to you. I'd be giving you some junk food version of the real thing, and you want the steak. So I want you to go back and watch it in 1 hour and 4 minutes, baby doll, because it's good stuff. I want you to hear it. I want you to listen to it, okay? If you have any problems with that and there's some reason you're not able to get it, then connect with us, connect with Journey, and let's see how we can accommodate you so that you do get your message. Kyle says, thank you very much. You're welcome, honey. I'm sorry you missed it in real time, but that's okay. Take some time, drink some water, Mr. Pisces in your chart, and sit down and watch it. Okay, Kyle says a bad word that I won't repeat, and then he says, so much frenemies. Okay, I think you're expressing that you have some frenemies in your life, and that definitely didn't come up in this reading. Remember, it is a full mini reading, but it is a mini reading. So Spirit had other things that they wanted to address with you first that are more, I won't say more important, but needed to be addressed more immediately for your best self-development. So if you're focused on the frenemies, I would not focus on that. I would just send them some love and light and move forward. Okay, guys, so we're done for the night. So for everyone that came on tonight, I want to thank you guys for showing up. If you jumped the list, I want to thank you especially for your donation. It means a lot to me. It helps support me so that I can be here and be present and not be somewhere else. So I can be here reading for you guys. The $1 of your donation went to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is just, can you imagine having a sick child? It's so wonderful because they help the families take that financial burden off, right? They're having to take time off work, all this stuff. And then also, obviously it helps Tony and Journey in the background that are doing all this immense work to make the production even possible. And then for those of you who got a free reading, thank you as well for coming and getting what you need. And I appreciate engaging with your guys' energy. So I hope you guys have a really lovely night, and remember to take care of yourself. And everybody, I want you to drink lots of water. I can feel dehydration in the air. So hydrate and give yourself some love, guys. Have a good night. I will see you next Tuesday.
What's this